then hopefully we'll have some people joining us a little bit later to eventually talk about some of the other things going on in the game and just keep it moving. No, that's the problem. I haven't played Eve in like 3 days because I've been playing Dinosaurs, and I don't think I've missed anything. I've missed
for 6 months.
All right. Well, I feel like I'm like, okay, what have I missed this week? Maybe one Eagle Fleet, and which apparently I guess they ran away like right away anyways, and like a Corn Fleet.
Well, from what I
Woo! And I'm not like desperate for money, so.
You guys were live, by the way, for a minute there before I muted you. Sorry.
Oh no! I was going to say, from what I understand, it's anywhere but Delve, isn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Frankie should be on here in a minute.
Oh, that'll be cool.
He's Spanish.
Yeah, give us the talk about the Spanish pros.
See, there's 2 voice channels. There's voice and voice activated. So you have to go into the voice activated to be able to just talk.
I can definitely still hear us on the stream, by the way.
Buenas tardes, Francisco.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Stop insulting them with your Mexican Spanish.
Guys, don't worry, I can speak English though.
No hablo.
Mi padre vivo en Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico.
Frankie, do you know right, bud?
All I heard was you've got friends in the Sinaloa cartel.
Greg, they can still hear us.
What? No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
I can hear us on the stream. I'm listening to both audios who are on the stream.
Can you hear us now? Oh, wait a second. Hang on.
In Theta, the Spur controls everything. The conversation is dominated by the Spurg. Over the next 2 hours or however long they stay sober, you will lose intelligence. Enjoy Theta Thursday. Your hosts, Dawn and Rhea, Maffoon, and some shitty guests.
Love Gilbert.
Hello and welcome to Theta Thursday. I'm your host, Dawn and welcome, joined by my producer and co-host, Greg Haza, who will be joining me today in interviewing our lovely Cruzados friends here. We have Ghoster.
How we doing, guys?
Antono Namamaran.
Just call me Anton.
Anton. We have Daddy Doge. And then we have Frankie Salvador, I believe.
Did you say just call me Daddy?
I did say just call me Daddy.
Can we?
Yeah, he's our buddy.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy.
I like it like that.
Swarthy Blix is probably not on in Canada yet.
All right, so we've made it 5 seconds in, and Doge has already taken over. It's usually how it goes.
Sorry, is this not an erotic chat?
Oh, it's fine. So tonight, everybody, we are going to be talking with Cruzados and continuing our series of talking with Goon Swarm corporations or alliances and getting to know who they are, what makes them special, how they started, their history, and anything else that they have going on in the brains, whether it's worth it hearing or not. So I appreciate all of you guys showing up to hang out with us. We're just going to kind of go as long as we got stories, and then we'll probably dive into other stuff later.
Yeah, we've got some other stuff coming up. I think we have a war update, and Don's going to do a animal fact. I heard there may be a surprise guest dropping by, and later on in the show, we've got some big Mifune news, huge stuff, like earth-shattering news. But anyways,
I gotta look up an animal fact too.
Cruzados, how are you guys? What's going on? Who's going to tell us what a Cruzado is, first of all?
Who is this current CEO of Cruzados?
Daddy. It's all Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's you, Daddy boy.
Okay, so yeah, I'm CEO right now. Formerly, we had Juno and Ghoster, and so I'm going to let Ghoster and Anton actually give you guys the history because they have a bit better grasp of it than me. I think Ghoster has a lot of like dramatic kind of spin to this shit, so that'll be more fun.
Okay. So how did Cruzados get started? How old are you guys? Was there a precursor corp to you guys forming? How did this train start?
So, I mean, I've been in EVE since 06, 05, 06. Flying around doing all kinds of dumb shit. Was in a corp. We ended up joining with a alliance called Army of New Eden, ran by Pantsu Fan.
Sorry.
We had a hell of a fun time for quite a while, but as Anton will say or attest to, Pants liked to go AFK like all the fucking time. So he'd pretty much leave it up to like 3 or 5 of us to run this whole fucking alliance. This was back in the FCON days.
Typical Pants fan time was I'm just going AFK. I see you guys in about an hour, and then maybe a week later turn up again.
Yeah, so we'd deal with that. We'd try to keep everything afloat for a while, not absolutely lose our ass or watch all our shit die. Finally, we got to the point where it was like, hey, we need to do something here. We need to move. We need to leave. This isn't fucking working. FCON is a giant flaming ball of shit. So we moved across the galaxy, ended up over in Cloud Ring. We eventually became the meat shield front door for goons when goons were pushing out Horde. And we handed over the keys to all of our shit, watched goons come in, destroy everything, and here we are.
I was going to say a little bit of in-depth detail on Pureblind. We took some space because Salt Dragon said, yeah, come and be our meat shield.
So were you there with Darkness first then, or were you part of Darkness at all, or were you just like, kind of like French Connection where you just lived in the area?
So we were still our own alliance, and we were like blue to Horde and Darkness. But it was supposed to be a mutually assured survival. And it pretty much just became, if we do everything they want, they won't kill us.
It started off with Salt Dragon saying something along the lines of, we're not going to come to your aid unless you can prove that you can defend yourselves. So we started defending ourselves against dickheads, and Salt turned around and said, you know what, fuck you, we're not going to come to your aid. So we just kind of went, well, fuck you, we're not going to come to yours.
So there were some backroom conversations with some great people, and we eventually learned that everything we were led to believe by NCPL and friends up north about who Goonswarm was exactly the exact opposite. So we said, fuck it. The only people that are actually going to follow out or carry out their word was you guys. So that's when we came to Goonswarm.
All right, well, I have to press this a little bit harder because this is very interesting and slightly relevant to my interests. So, what was it like being P-Horde's friend? Like, did you guys interact with them much, or were you just more embarrassed about them, or
fun fleets? Oh shit, we were in the big. Oh shit, I can't remember the system name now. We were in the big Keepstar battle where Horde actually defended.
P94 TAC.
Yeah, 94 TAC. That one was pretty fun. Other than that, it was basically trial by fire, fly by the seat of your pants. Not very good communication, and it was kind of just like, okay, go do whatever you want. Oh, by the way, we're gonna go do this right now.
And go ahead, Greg.
I was going to say, like, what's your most accomplished victory? Like, what are you proud of most as a corporation as far as your accomplishments?
Well, as in Crusaders or before Crusaders? Because if it's before Crusaders, handing everything over to Goonswarm and saying, fuck you, darkness.
So, I mean, we're in a pretty unique spot. We were an alliance that was 50-50 English and Spanish. The language barrier is a challenge. Now we're a 50-50 English-Spanish corporation in Goonswarm now. Half of our people are EU time zone, Spanish-speaking Spain, España members, and then half our people are U.S. time zone, English-speaking, with a few, English and Spanish mixed in for all time zones. It really helped us pre-Goonswarm to defend structured timers and whatnot 24 hours a day. It was really a unique thing for us to be covering our time zones so well. And still today, within Goonswarm, the dual languages in one corp is a fairly unique thing.
Have you picked up any Spanish?
I like to call it golf course Spanish.
Nice.
What did you say?
And then Frankie is from Spain, so
I'm actually Italian, so.
Oh, well, you sounded. You have an accent in general.
Yeah.
You guys said he was in Spain. You're killing me.
I mean, I live in Spain, but I'm from Italy.
Oh, that's close enough.
Okay, well, come on, man. You can't do that to me. How the hell am I going to remember?
Italy's doing pretty good at the football, eh? Or didn't they win the other day?
Yes, it is.
I'm in Hamilton, Canada here. And we got a large Italian population, and they're all driving around honking their horns, right?
I'm sorry,
Frankie. You're going to have a fight over here because the Englishmen are feeling all proud and mighty of themselves.
Football is coming home. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Frankie, you're going down.
I don't think so, man. I think you guys got lucky with that last goal, but
well, I don't know. It was. I'm sorry, it was a penalty. I don't care how you look at it. It was a penalty.
Yeah.
Now,
and your 3-year winning streak is coming to an end.
Are you guys gonna is it allowed to wager ISK on the outcome of the match, or is that RMT?
I don't believe so.
I don't know. We were discussing this in Theta Comms the other night. If there's any amateur space lawyers out there,
we have the best space lawyer, which is Hippojax, is the best space. It's either him or what was the other one? God.
Do you want me to ping Hippojax to get him on the show?
No. I know Syndic is an amateur space lawyer. He's very practiced.
We could ping Syndic.
But you'll have to ask Syndic because it's either Hippojax or one of the otother guys.
All hail Brisk Ball.
No, he's a real lawyer. He's not a space lawyer.
Yeah, space law is a little different than real law.
Yeah, space court and everything. There's, I think it was Hippojax you could hire to be your defending lawyer during space court a long time ago in Goonswarm. So you guys left Darkness, and by left I mean you just kind of gave him the middle finger and said, "Well,
yeah." So I mean, It was survival. I mean, it was either we watch everything die, everything we'd built, everything we'd worked for, or it was find a new home. And Goonswarm became our new home, and shit, that was a long time ago now.
3 years now.
Yeah.
Why didn't you talk about how did you actually met Uno and the Spanish side? Because I wasn't there when you guys joined.
So Juno was the CEO of one of the corps that was in Army of New Eden with us. And
Los Templarios was his corps.
Yeah, Los Templarios. They were 100% Spanish corp, and they were absolutely ruthless on PvP. Those guys live and breathe blowing up ships in EVE. That's all they want to do. They don't give a shit about indie. They don't give a shit about anything else. Most of them are the wealthiest people in EVE that I've ever had the pleasure of flying with, and they are here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to blow up everything they can get their hands on. Juno's killboard is absolutely amazing. He's been in the game since it was created. He's only died 816 times, and he's killed over 23,000 ships. So
now, is that an honorable PvP, or is that more like, hey, buddy on dock over here? And
no.
What the fuck is honorable PvP, Don? What the whole
actual PvP, like flying out in space and finding a mofo to gun down, not like Ragnar jumping or no, Casey jumping at. Where is the fuck is Casey been, by the way? We need to find that out.
He's making videos. I see him on Facebook all the time.
Okay, as long as he's still alive, I don't want him to disappear. Anyways,
his killboard's insane. It's awesome.
Now, fun story: Asher Elias has the most kills in Goonswarm. Took him like 3 years to overcome this Russian who got a bunch really early and then stopped.
I'm in the top 100.
I'd have to get on kill mills.
So Asher's got like 26,000. Juno's got like 23,000. You know, he's right up there.
Yeah. And the thing is, if anybody tries to take the spot, like Asher will be like, guys, we need to go on a fleet right now.
Get the band back together.
He's been gunning for that spot for years. I remember the night when he got it, he was very excited. But so
that was with Macarials, wasn't it?
We were either in Ishtar's or Macarials.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I don't know if we were in the Macarials. I think we were in the Ishtars at that point. But so back to the split. I guess before that, what was it like being like? Did you guys interact with NCPL much as well, or is it?
Yeah.
And what is the big differences you see between? Because you've obviously been with both. What was it like interacting with all those types of people versus Goonswarm? What's best faves, negatives?
You don't generate ISK in CPL. You have alts for that. Was the mindset while we were there.
Yeah.
And everything seemed to go up. Everything benefited about 5 people at the top.
That sounds about right. Everything I've heard about Killa when he was in NC and PL seems that everything went and benefited him, and he abused.
I mean, that's all they know how to do. I mean, every goal that they had while we were there seemed to somehow benefit one of about 5 people. Alt alliances, alt corporations, rental empires, botting, all that shit. I mean, it all seemed to only go one direction.
So they expected you guys to make your own money on the side with, alts and stuff, and then you just watched. Did you have to pay them rent as well, or?
So we were never in a position to where we had to pay them rent per se. Mm-hmm. We never actually moved into the north, but we were blue with them for a fair amount of time.
Nice. And then what was the biggest or hardest culture shock from going where you were to Goonswarm?
Do you want the honest answer?
Yeah. I mean, unless it's going to get you in trouble.
Having people actually follow through on what they say they will do.
Interesting. Like what? Just like that they'll put a structure down for you, or example.
The whole aspect of how you play Eve changed when we came to Goonswarm. I mean, it's a giant family atmosphere. Everybody's in it for everybody else they're flying with, and it's not. I'm gonna figure out how fast I can go make a trillion ISK, and I don't give a fuck how I get there or who I burn in the process.
Let's get, and you know what? That makes sense because I think for years we've always had, like, at least ever since I've been here, it's been a very lax nature of go make money. We'll find a way to make money,
And it's not I'm going to go find a way to make money for me. It's I'm going to go find a way to make money, and then I'm going to go share it with everybody else in Goonswarm, and we're all going to manipulate the shit out of this until we're all rich.
Yes. Because it's much more fun.
Good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been involved in several of those old school large heists in Eve, where 250 dreads disappeared and nobody knows where they went, and then next thing you know, somebody's a trillionaire tomorrow. Those are hilarious. They're awesome. It feels fucking great when you do it, but it doesn't really benefit anybody.
Do you guys do anything as a corp? Like, do you have like corp events, like fight nights or stuff like that?
Shit. So we've tried a few times. We never really had consistent numbers enough to do like a weekly event. I mean, we do like mining events. We got a lot of indie guys. We like to build big shit, lots of stuff, market PvP. We kind of just have a bunch of little groups and things like that.
We did have, a lot of different indie projects because the Spanish side has, the phenomenal PvP. Like, those guys are fucking gods. Anytime I have a question, I don't bother trying to Python it or fucking Google it. I go to them and I get the absolute answer on how to do it. But we would do all the mining ops and shit on the English side, and there'd be a lot of that for just different projects or, shooting the shit every couple of days before all the fucking indie changes came through.
Yeah, I mean, fuck the indie changes. I mean, let's be serious. They haven't done anything
how are
to
those
help
impacting
anybody.
You? Yeah, how are those hitting you guys? Because everyone that, like, I've seen the Dunk Dinkles put out, like, threads asking, like, is anybody building capitals? Or building in general, and the overwhelming answer is no. And usually the answer is no. It's too complicated. No, I'm not interested. No, I just don't want to get stuck into something right now when they keep changing everything. And it's just like a slew of answers. So, like, how has it been hitting you guys?
So
we were building lots of capitals, and now we're not.
I mean, we were cranking out. Several a week in minimal mining time. I mean, I could go mine with my own personal fleet of Rorquals and crank out about one capital an hour.
You're one of those guys.
It doesn't exist anymore. I mean, I used to be able to 10 box my own little indie shit with a Titan with supers sitting around, and that entire aspect of Eve is gone now. It's pathetic as far as I'm concerned.
I think. Hold on. I was going to say, I think one of my favorite things from the mining, and I'll let you go in a second, Anton, is a while back, way before any of the changes happened, we did a fucking ice mining op. And we ended up where all the Rorquals were gone, but we had like 3 supers and a couple of faxes, and then me and my little fucking, I think it was Procurer or something before I had a Rorqual. And that was our thing. And a fleet of Cinnaballs landed to go kill, I guess they saw the Procurer and were like, we're going to do this. And then they saw the supers and shit and instantly warped out. It was just beautiful.
They probably could have killed you too before the supers killed him, but details.
I was going to say, speaking of supers, Gilster, is yours safe yet, or is it still just hiding up there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have an old capital left in like the north?
I mean, I've got stuff stuck everywhere, but
I might know somebody that might be able to help you with that.
You look at my asset list, and I don't think there's a single system in Eve that there's not something sitting around. But no, I mean, I've got more super capitals missing than most people probably own.
Well, what's funny is like since they've killed all our buildings most everywhere, my asset list has shrunk a lot considerably.
It's really nice how it all condensed into those asset safety piles, isn't it?
Yeah, you're like, hey, it's all in one spot.
Can you comment about some Titans that I mentioned to move several dozen times? Do you remember anything about that?
Yeah.
Does anybody in chat know what the asset safety cost for Titans is right now?
It was free if you'd fucking log in.
I don't think the price is adjusted, so you might still be able to get it for a reasonable amount. But after the changes, it's going to be like 30 billion. Like after they finally get their
so
prices.
Those changes didn't go through yet. Oh, good to know.
Well, because the insurance is based upon the sale price, the estimated sale price, and I don't know if Titans don't sell on the market very often, so I don't know if it's been adjusted.
So how does he get a ship that's stranded, say, I don't know, pure blind into asset safety?
We are on Twitch.
You'll have to pay for it, and then my people can talk to your people on freeing it from its home.
I've already reached out to the important people for rescuing my main from a super capital cemetery.
Fun. Yeah, because you said you hadn't been playing for 6 months. Was that recently 6 months, or was that like beginning of the war?
So, I mean, I was here through. I was here extremely active through the blackout, the Rourke changes, carrier changes, all the structure change bullshit, the beginning of the war, and then when we started moving back home from the north, some shit started happening at work, and I missed the ride home. Kind of got unmotivated to log in. Got real busy with work. Winter came. I'm extremely busy in the winter with some snow removal stuff, and just started logging in again about a week and a half ago.
Oh, well, okay. Well, welcome. Everything's terrible. Have a great day.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, we're contained. No. Everything's safe. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. It's fine.
It's fine. Now, Frankie, real quick, because I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to talk. When did you join Cruza?
I actually joined like the first week when Cruzados was created.
Yeah, baby.
I knew a few people. I mean, I knew the people from Temporarios. I knew Juno because I actually met those guys when there was an attempt to do a Spanish-Hispanic alliance back in the day that was called La Federación. And yeah, that didn't really last long. It was a good effort, but yeah, we Spanish guys tend to kill each other and be a bit.
You guys have a pretty even split as far as the Spanish players go, don't you? I mean, it seems like half of them are with or around us now, and the other half are extremely against us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie, was that alliance thing? Was that alliance thing before you guys joined us in Army of New Eden?
Yeah, that was before that.
Yeah.
I mean, it lasted like for 4 months, and that was my first nullsec experience. Because when I started this game like 5 or 6 years ago, and I always lived in Wormhole, and yeah, I knew these guys, and they say, hey, come here in nullsec and have some fun. So I tried it, and it was great. But yeah, after we got kicked and everything went to shit, I basically stopped playing for like a year or so. And then Juno told me, hey, we're doing like we're joining Goonswarm, and we're doing like a 50-50 corp, and I was like, oh, that's really nice. So
yeah, that was the reach out to all of your friends. We're putting the band back together. Get everybody here. It was fucking great. We had so many old players returning. I mean, shit, there's guys from Army that I hadn't seen in year and a half probably that showed back up and said, what, Goonswarm? What? Huh? Eve's gonna be fun again?
Yeah, it was me, you, and Juno, wasn't it, that we start, and Bill Lane, obviously from Fubar, that started Suicide Squad up in Pure Blind and that. And then obviously we all merged into one corp and joined Goonswarm.
Fantastic.
I mean,
Now,
it's been an amazing ride, honestly. Like the Gunsworm experience from my perspective when I first joined, like it was mind blowing. I've never seen anything like Gunsworm in a game. It's like it's amazing for me. A lot of people hate on Gunsworm, but I mean,
I think for me, when I was not a member of Goonswarm, on the outside looking in, and you see everything going on, and you think Goonswarm was a bunch of scumbags, and then you actually get yourself in the door, and you think,
oh, they're a bunch of scumbags.
Wow, they're
We're
really
not
scumbags.
Fun bunch of scumbags.
no,
But they're a fun bunch. Yeah.
I got my foot in the door, and it's like, well, they're not as bad as everyone says they are. It's everyone else who's a scumbag. We're great.
Well, the thing is we're good to each other, and we're not bad to people that are reasonable and fun. I mean, look, our guests from last week are a tiny little alliance that is just looking for some good PvP, and they have no obligation to help us or be our friends or anything, but we love having little corps like that around that just want to have some fun, but aren't like gung ho on making everything fucking horrible. So now I do have a question. I'm sure it's riddle or dancing on some people's minds. How do you guys get along with the other Spanish corps in Goonswarm? Is there fun rivalries, or you just like tell each other to fuck off? Like, how's it go?
I mean, we had our differences back in the day. I think we were not like working together so much. Right now, I think we're in a really good spot, especially with Requiem. We try. I mean, we've been trying lately to work together, and we've done a few fleets together. And I mean, it's great because, yeah, like if you ask me that like 1 year or 2 years ago, I would probably say like we have like no connection at all between us. There was a lot of rivalry, I can say, but I think now we're friends. Yeah.
That is good because I love Juvenius. Because I got to know him in Vegas. He was the CEO of Requiem for a couple years, and he stepped down this past year just with how busy everything's been, and he's so he just gave over CEO-ship to his apprentice. So that's why I'm just wondering, because I know Requiem a little bit more than Cruzados, other than Daddy Doge, which was funny when I saw that he was going to be the CEO. I was like, I just saw him as some shit talker in Theta. I didn't think you actually were going to be a CEO. But surprise.
So, I mean, we've got a little bit of a leadership group in Cruza, and Doge was the most active at the time, so he took the mantle.
I mean, Ghoster's lips were firmly planted around something else during that time, so he couldn't speak up. But
very true.
I love you guys.
Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have legendary Alliance superstar Dirk Statiel come to join us. How you doing, Dirk?
That's an interesting introduction, but yeah, I'm doing all right this evening. How are you?
We are good. We are currently interviewing Cruzados about who they are, where they started, how they got here. And I'm assuming that you or one of your friends were a part of the way that they got into Goonswarm, because they've had the most interesting joining of Goonswarm so far, from what I've heard, from what I can tell, out of anyone we've interviewed so far. I don't know who is the diplomat for them, but apparently they when we went up to Cloud Ring, they gave the middle finger to. Oh, okay, that works.
I'm trying to remember who our
Ghoster told me.
It was probably Hyper. I would say
it was Sadis.
I didn't know if we want to discuss that, but yeah, Sadis is king.
Yeah, so I guess Sadis helped affiliate them or help their transition, and they apparently just gave us all their buildings in Cloud Ring and places when we went up to go kick Darkness in the face and switch sides over to us instead of being their meat shields, which I think is the most fun way people have joined Goonswarm that we've had of any of our guests so far. Do you think
it
of
was
any
fiery,
better ones,
that's
Greg?
for sure.
Because what? Etney just kind of came over. Thundering's just always been here. Amok kind of has always been here. Karma Fleet is Goonswarm, so, there's that.
You were mentioning Vegas earlier, Don.
Yeah.
Are any of you Crucic guys going to Vegas?
So I've been trying to find accommodations. Flights are already booked and easy. The hotel prices are what's got me currently, but I hear we're unfortunately sharing the weekend with another event now that got rescheduled.
Some dance music or some shit, right?
So
That's what I heard.
According to ASCII is getting an Airbnb, they're renting a house for all the ASCII guys. So maybe that's something you want to look at with some of if you can get a little group together.
Only if Don's coming to be the house cook.
Apparently,
you'll get some sandwiches.
For 500 billion ISK, you can sleep with Dave Archer.
I might take that out, actually.
Been there, done that.
Buster, can we share a room, man? We'll just do face to face and nothing else.
He pays you.
I was going to say I shall not be making it to East Vegas because
it's a bit far.
I have not left the country in some. No, I think the last time I left the UK I was 15, and I shall be 49 this year. I'm
there you go.
That is wow. That is a long time to not leave the UK.
There's always you're literally like a train ride away from like the Netherlands, and they have a lot of good food. And then you can go over to Belgium and get drunk as fuck.
Isn't there like an Eve London or some shit?
I was going to say, Dawn, how big do you think the UK actually is? Because,
you're as big as Georgia.
Because I live in one part of the UK, which I'm about 300 miles from London. So.
Okay, I drive 300 miles in a day. You'll be fine.
Hold on. Anton, why don't you go visit our Danish bros in the Corp? Come on, I know this would love to see you.
Yeah, you can go see Caleb, too.
Yeah, I think that our Danish brethren are giving me a wide berth right now after last night.
Okay, aside from that.
Can't exactly blame them.
I drew a map. We got Theta maps.
Oh yeah,
you're just across the pond, Anton.
It's literally like a 2-hour train ride underwater. You don't even have to try that hard. You don't even have to drive most of it yourself.
Wait, you guys have trains that go under the ocean?
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath that long. That's the real question.
I'm sorry.
They give you little snorkels, little straws.
That map, Greg, looked more like the Ukraine, and we beat them 4-0.
No. Dirk, do you have any questions for our Cruzados brethren here? About them,
or do you have any good Cruzados stories, Dirk? Because
is it or anybody any good fun stories about yourselves?
Like real life stories, or does this have to be about you stuff?
Whatever, man. It's
the corp stuff.
The floor is yours.
You guys know Blix, of course, the lovable Canadian, and we had him and one of our guys, Genevieve. He swapped over to Zebra Corp, which I won't say any words about. We had always. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so we'd always hung out, great time, and we come to find out that Genevieve lives about an hour from my hometown, and Blix is an hour in the other direction from my hometown, so we decided to do a hangout with Blix day, and I show up to this man's house. I've never actually met him before. Door opens, first thing he does, gives me a hug, and I'm like a foot taller than Blix, and so, we hang out the whole night, drinking, mining, eating chicken wings, and get this group photo, and I'll see if I can't dig it up. But Blix is like a foot shorter than both of us, and it's just great.
That sounds like the best date ever.
Just remind me, Blix. He was the miner that always fell asleep at his keyboard, wasn't he?
Yeah, so that's a really good story about Cruza.
Oh, please share.
So
I'm probably involved in this somewhere.
Back when Rourke mining was, actually a thing in this game we call Eve. Blix loved to mine. Like, all he wanted to do in Eve was mine, which to me was fucking great because I always had a, endless supply of minerals showing up in my inventory. So he'd go out mining and he'd get home from work and he'd just start kicking back beers. Next thing you know, there's no rocks. Blix's Rourke is just chilling. And you don't get him on comms anymore. So a couple of our guys in Corp are pretty good real life friends with him, so they'd start calling his wife to come wake him up at the computer so that he could dock his Rorks up.
His wife's a great lady. She comes and talks to us in Theta comms sometimes.
Oh
yes,
Blix. I knew Blix.
You know, Blix the beer crack every time he joins.
Yeah,
he keys up the mic to open beers. It's fucking great. So I can't remember how many times I've either pushed Blix back to a tether ring or sat there with Super Xandor Titans waiting for something bad to happen.
I can't tell you how many, like, okay, so for those who don't know though, so Blix, Blix is in comms, just when you hear this, that man either is like the biggest alcoholic in the world or he really likes soda. Cause you hear a beer crack every like 30 minutes.
He's
like,
a Canadian.
On the dot.
He's a Canadian.
There's nothing else to do in Canada. Ask Greg, he knows.
Is it just like watered down or?
No, dude. Beer up here is like 5%, and it's like actually good beer.
5.
I mean, unless you want to go chase mooses, moose, or
I'm sorry,
fucking snow. You sit inside and drink and play Eve.
And apparently,
even here in the UK, 5% is Nat's piss.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a lot, Greg.
Hey, we're light beer drinkers over here, okay? It's quantity over quality, all right?
Okay. So now, real quick, I do want to ask, because the only thing that like is newish to the game that we've seen in the past few weeks, development-wise, are the mobile observatories and the I'm trying to coin the term piggybacks, which is the conduit fleet jumping on the Black Ops. Have you guys gotten to use them yet?
Oh, so I've been on 2 conduit jumps, and personally, those should have been implemented a long time ago.
Hell yeah! Yep. That shit's great.
You're gonna have to tell me what this mobile observatory bullshit is, because I'm just assuming it's something terrible.
No, actually, well, it depends on what side you're on. Let's just say that. I wish we had these 3 years ago, but here we are today. So, the mobile observatories are the thing that they promised us years ago about dealing with cloaky campers. So, it is an item that you put in space. It takes like 10 minutes to online, and then once it's online, it pings the system every 10 minutes with a 40% chance to decloak anybody in space. Now, when you cloak up, you have a 15-minute invulnerability to said item. So they can't just like try to get you immediately after you cloak. You got 15 minutes to get in, get out, move around, do whatever you want to do without having to worry about it. And then you have to recloak. If you recloak, it restarts it. So you can put down up to 10 of these things in the system. So you could potentially have one go off every minute if you time them right. And it's to help combat AFK cloaking.
Oh, so one more thing put into the game because Goons and GSA is the best fucking thing ever.
Well, it's really more of Girl Mecha Gold, but details here.
I don't think Ghost is at all salty about this.
I mean, at the point now, like, it should have been put, as I said, like 3 years ago, it would have been amazing. Today, now, yes, it's pretty much just trying to deal with us. But fun story hasn't stopped us at all. I mean, people have killed Kumi a bunch, but, whatever.
Cloaky camping is a fucking national pastime as far as
right.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, now you just have to do it actively and actually be at your computer. It's if you are at
I don't have enough skills for that.
Yeah, if you're at your computer, you won't die. Unless you really aren't paying attention. Because as I said, you have 15-minute invulnerability and you can just keep recloaking every 15 minutes. And then there is a drug you can buy if you want to extend your invulnerability time period. That's mostly for people moving cloaked supers around.
Do you have to spend the Korean dollars for that one? Is that like one of the things you get when you buy the kitten ears or what?
No, I think you can build them, but...
Still can't buy kitten ears.
I can't get the kitty cat ears.
Many people are upset about this. I don't understand it personally, but many people are upset by the fact that you can't get your kitten ears yet.
We're gonna get
Yeah,
carriers?
I was promised those when the Koreans bought out CCP, and I have
Cat-
yet to receive them. I'm pretty
Cat
fucking pissed.
your avatars when?
Yep.
I remember I was watching, like, just for a few minutes, one of the art streams for CCP, and he made a Hello Kitty Kestrel, and he was like, haha, wouldn't this be so cute in the game? You'll never get it. And we're like, ah.
Well, they'd have to pay licensing fees for that.
Oh, it would be out the ass, too.
But I mean,
Okay,
they could
so
do a Goon Swarm fucking skin, and they would make a lot of money off of it.
We've got the Metal Bee skin, don't we?
We do.
Yeah,
We
which is
have-
very nice.
I think I'd look real good with the cat ears. You could just call me daddy and have the cat ears going on. I don't know. Is that a good dynamic?
Oh,
maybe.
daddy!
I just want a pair of fucking cat ears for my fucking avatars, all right? And yes,
No.
avatars.
Do we have any skins left over, Greg?
Yes, we do. We have
fantastic.
3 skins. And we'll be
Do
doing
not
a
give
giveaway.
Ghoster a fucking skin. Do not.
Maybe we can do a giveaway.
Yeah, we'll
today.
be doing a giveaway shortly.
Now, the conduit jump thingy has been a lot of fun. And we've been testing it to kind of get the idea of, like, how to best use it. It's a fucking, like, lifesaver. It's been so much fun because you can kill a carrier with 30 bombers. No problem. So if you want to kill a carrier, you can just, you and your mad lads can hop on your Black Ops ship and jump away. And it costs almost nothing. That's the best part, is it costs like, and it costs like, I think it took us maybe a third of Black Ops Fuel Bay to do like 3 jumps in one night with us and 30 bombers.
Have we decided a nickname for the conduit
Piggybacks.
jet? Are they piggybacks?
I'm calling it that until someone comes up with a better name.
I like the magic bus.
Magic
bus
school.
jumps.
But there's already a magic school bus.
My favorite thing about the conduit jumps is that the F1 monkeys all make it there at the same time.
Actually, real helpful for me because I had no idea what I was doing, and suddenly I'm back in 1DQ. I was like, well, this worked.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's like, hey, guys, everybody make sure you're on the blops. Okay, gates up. Okay, everybody jump. And then you've got like 7 idiots sitting there going, oh, wait, can you do one more bridge? I was
out of range. I bounced. I was peeing, things like that.
Yeah, now everybody goes. And if you're AFK, well, sorry, you're just going to sit still and die.
Yeah, now you just hit regroup, jump, and you're done. Potentially, which is fantastic.
We got to give a shout out to DX3 Eve there. 47 months now. So
Dresses.
Yeah, that's insane.
So we had Side Eve as well at 20 months,
Wow.
and Dresses was 36. We've had a couple tonight, which has been fun. We don't normally call them out though, just because I don't get paid, so I'm not calling them out.
No, it's Frankie's, serenading voice. He's making people subscribe.
Our Italian Spaniard.
Spanish Italian? Question mark?
See, I was under the impression there was a lot of Mexicanos in Cruzados. That's why.
No, that's Requiem.
No, I know, but like in the top right corner of the screen there, I got a picture of Mexico from space.
Good job,
think
buddy.
we have like, I'm pretty sure we have like 2 Mexican guys. That's it.
Okay, so we're not completely off on the representation.
Yeah, you're pretty off, but it's okay.
So Greg hears Spain and instantly thinks Mexico. Talk about stereotyping.
Well, Greg is Spanish or Mexican. Sorry, he's half Mexican. So and then he's full Canadian at heart.
Well, I was born in Canada, but my father is from Culiacan, Sinaloa. My cousin is. Oh, thanks, man. My cousin is a famous Mexican actor, Plutarco Asa. I don't know. If
Did you get into any premieres or?
Who?
No. Well, I don't know. I guess you got to be Mexican to know him, man. All right.
What kind of movies does he star in?
He did the telenovelas in Mexico, and he did he hosted a children's show. And he's
not what I was expecting.
Now. Yeah, you can Google it.
At least it's not a donkey show, so.
Anyway, so we got a trivia question tonight.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Is it from this decade?
No. And this is
from last
this
decade.
is for a skin. And so there's a Warren Zevon song, and it's called Veracruz. And whose guns does he hear? Does the singer of the song hear?
Do I get to answer?
If you know it.
Yeah, if you know it.
It's Woodrow Wilson, boys.
Nice, Ghoster. Good job, buddy.
Ghoster, how old are you again, man? Because you sound old.
I'm 33, bro.
You're old.
The fuck is this trivia?
I have no idea.
I don't. He always pulls this out. He's like, "Here's this actor from Canada that no one's ever seen or heard of from some show from 1972 that ran for one season."
Well, I can't have easy questions.
You could have some, yeah.
It could possibly be a bit more accessible to the wider audience.
It could be more general, but that works. Ghoster knew it right off the top of his head, so that works.
I don't want the prize. Let's do another one. Do
not give Ghoster a fucking skin. That's all I can say, because,
Why does he have a bunch of skins?
I've got...
He has a minor skin problem.
Don, I have 4 skins.
Oh
yeah.
So you got a choice. There's like a Megathron, there's a Procurer, and there's a Raven left.
The Raven's new.
Yeah,
hot off the press.
Raven's new.
Not many people have the Raven.
Let's do the Raven, but the first person in stream chat to subscribe gets it sent to their in-game character name.
That's not from us, sweetie. We're not promising that. That's from him.
Keep I'll send it along.
We're not. Yeah, we're not.
Oh! Nicely done, sir. Well played.
That's great.
I've been saving that.
Next time you see your fuck, though, Ghoster's not logging in anytime soon.
I feel like Rubinix needs a skin now, too. I'll buy some skins. That's fine.
I don't know what to do now. Anyways,
just give it to Anton then.
Anton, yeah, I'll give it to you when we're done the stream.
I should have drawn that one out a little longer.
Oh, actually, I haven't seen what the Raven skin looks like.
You said an obscure song, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. He said Warren Zevon. I know that song.
I'm gonna actually pull up because I just redeemed the skin myself tonight, so I'm gonna go take a look at it because I haven't seen it. I'm sure it looks just like the Megathron skin, which is dope as shit. It's like creamy white on the front, and then it fades to blue, and it's got a lot of gold trim on it, so it looks pretty cool.
As I don't really fly Ravens, I'm going to be nice and Greg, give it to Rubinix.
To give stuff out for stream chat to do things? I didn't know that was an option.
All right, I will give it to Rubinix then. I'll give you a code, Rubinix, and I don't know. Don can explain to you how to redeem the code.
If he can't figure it out, he can't have it. Like, dear Lord, I figured this out. Google is your friend.
Wait,
now.
Yet or no?
Say that again?
Doc's coming or no? I have something important to tell him.
Who? Docs?
Docs, yes.
Docs isn't coming. He's still asleep. Oh. But I'll make him watch this one part.
Because Docs, it's cold out, man. I had to get that in.
Thank you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move to our animal fact of the week to get that out of the way. And then we will go to war news. If anybody has to go, you certainly can. So don't feel obligated to have to stay, but we would love it if you would stay, so we can get your takes and opinions. Animal fact of the week: Spain has a lot of animals that I did not expect them to have. But interestingly enough, Greg, you and Spain have something in common.
Oh, what's that, Don?
You guys both have beavers.
Oh, yes, we do.
There is a Eurasian beaver that is located in the Iberian area of Spain. And I did not expect that there was multiple types of beaver. So,
what is this fact?
Then, Dawn. Now, down here where I live in the UK is an area called Devon, and we've recently had 2 mating Eurasian beavers for the first time in 400 years. And we had
Nice.
some heavy rain last weekend, and one of them got out and got killed by a car.
Oh,
Sad
why are
fact.
you gonna tell us something sad? But
It's sad because it was the female as well. Beryl the beaver died.
Oh,
That's depressing. Why are you doing this?
well, the Eurasian beaver is the largest living rodent in Spain, and it is smaller than the Canadian beaver. So, Greg, you still have the biggest beaver out of everybody.
Yep.
But it's still a hefty beaver at about 66 pounds. That's a pretty big beaver.
Considered a small beaver.
That yes, because the Canadian beavers are like almost 100 plus pounds for
I
some
thought
of
these
them.
things were like 10, 15 pounds. I don't know what the hell's going on then.
No, beavers are beefy boys.
Do you
They look
prefer
small.
a larger beaver or a smaller beaver? What's more preferable?
I prefer a smaller beaver with a larger dam, Greg, if you were asking.
Now, I don't think the Spanish
this-
beavers get the dams as big as the Canadian beavers, but you know.
All this beaver talk's getting me a bit hot under the collar.
So funny dam stories. We got a bunch of county ditches where I live. We farm, so we got a bunch of ditches draining out swamp ground 125 years ago so that we could actually farm it as it used to actually be a swamp. So it's highly fertile, largest corn yields in the world, bullshit, whatever. We got a lot of beavers around here. They like to build dams. The best way to get rid of them is to blow the fuckers up. And it's absolutely awesome.
What are you blowing?
Beaver dams.
Beavers.
Why?
Blowing up beavers.
Because they block drainage ditches around our area.
He's doing it for personal amusement, Dawn. Let's be real.
I'm not okay with that.
Tannerite, 30-06, bridge, kaboom.
He's coming up with all of these excuses as to why he needs to blow up beavers, but no, he's doing it for fun. We all know.
Hi, Dominark. Welcome to the show. We are just talking about some beavers right now as part of our animal fact of the week. I did not know that there were beavers in Spain, so that was new for me. There's also wolves.
Wait, Don, it was a damn good discussion.
It was a damn good discussion. And it caters off it too. We had a great Canadian episode last week with our Canadian friends, and the beaver is the national Canadian animal. So I thought that it was thematic to talk about the Spanish beaver. It's also a fun animal, so.
Beaver.
All right, so.
Fun? It's a creepy animal.
Why is it? How is a beaver creepy?
It eats its own poop.
Beavers
will
they're slap their
ruminants.
tails.
All ruminants eat their own shit. Is this new to you?
Have you ever seen?
I don't like
rabbits. Rabbits do, cows do, elephants do, giraffes will if they can get down there. Like all ruminants are willing to go through their own poop and eat it. Especially anything rodents like rats and things like that. If they need to, they will, because they usually don't digest everything the first time they eat it.
According to a video I saw on the internet.
Well, that was a shitty animal fact.
Well, I was going to say, you all eat a bit of poop in some form or another, because a lot of food's fertilized by poop.
Usually how it goes.
So,
that's like saying you eat sunshine, because food's just recycled sunshine. Yeah,
exactly.
Imagine there's a certain percentage of trace feces on everything we eat.
And now the German part of our group is getting woken up now.
Dawn.
What? I wish we had it. Do we have a German corp? I know we had a French corp.
No, but what we haven't had on the show? Maybe once, but Zell Tharuk. We should have Zell on.
Yeah, we can't have Zell. I don't
What?
trust that.
Yes, we can have fucking Zell on.
I would not trust him with a 10-foot pole near a Twitch stream.
Zell is
I love
fine
Zell.
gentleman.
Yes, but he'd also...
If you're listening, Zell...
He's not. He's probably banging 6 chicks at once, and then a dude afterwards.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with,
There's nothing wrong with it, but that's probably what he's doing. And smoking in his house, which is gross.
Hey, now listen. Talking... getting back to Cruzados... Are you guys recruiting?
God,
absolutely
yes.
No. We're not Karma Fleet. We're not recruiting. 0% chance.
Well, I was gonna say, like
you can definitely join Cruza. You just need to transfer all of your assets to the corp first to ensure a safe delivery to Delph.
The fucking Ghoster, he's still doing his cheetah shit. No, we're recruiting. You know, we gotta
send it care of Ghoster.
Yeah, no, we got the standard Discord you can join. There's the in-game thing. Just shoot a mail to Daddy Doge if you really want, and get you going from there.
Do you do all the recruiting, Doge?
We have a server and actual whole team of recruiters, but you know, if you want to reach out to me directly, I can get you the link to the server. Otherwise, someone could potentially do it in stream chat, I guess. I don't know.
We got the hookups.
This Raven skin is dope as shit. Also, I didn't realize I had 4 Raven skins. I never fly this ship. So I have not paid for a single one of these skins. But
shouldn't you like giving them away on stream?
It is the Scope Syndication. Oh, I don't give what? These are my skins
for a giveaway, aren't they?
No, my reward. It's the only thing I get out of this. Yeah, we give away extra. You got the extra skin codes. So you get given them.
Doge, what did you say in the stream? Because it's been deleted.
I was trying to link the recruitment Discord because you know.
Yeah, you can't post. You can't post links in the chat.
You can shoot it across to basically any of the staff, and we can get that up for you.
Yeah, you can give it to Dirk. He's able to, I believe. Greg can do it.
I can do it. Hang on.
Okay, I gave it to you guys. It's in the general chat, and
yeah, that will be fine.
All right, you guys are babes.
So Rubenix likes his new skin.
Okay, so that Discord link there in the chat for anybody who's watching and interested is their recruitment Discord server. If you're interested in joining these reprobates, there you go.
I mean, picks are not required, but they are optional.
Now, I did want to get into, for kind of the last hour of the show, or as long as we feel like it, talk about, people were asking about the war update. Who wants to give a war update?
Well, we've got a war. No, we've got a war update. Do you mind if I take a couple of minutes to talk about the update?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So I'm hanging out in Theta the other night, right? And we're shooting the shit. We're talking about like stuff that I can't say on Twitch. And like a ping goes out, right? And then there's a fleet, so we're like, oh, okay, we're gonna get a fight from these fuckers. Let's fucking do this, right? So we form up, and, you know, we get ready, and nothing. Like they don't come and fight, right? So like I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be horrible, and it's like gonna break our morale. It's totally the opposite, man. We have a fucking blast. It's great. We're shooting the shit on comms and doing like stupid things and like talking, and everybody's getting to know each other. And now like we're brothers, right? Like we've been in this for a year solid, and you know, our menstrual cycles are all synced. And we're having a great time. So if your whole deal there, Paspy, is to try to get our morale and our will to break, I think the opposite's going to happen, sirs and ma'ams, I guess, if there's any females that won't hang around with you, which I probably don't think there is. Yeah, so it's not going to happen, and I would imagine that your people are going to go home before our people go home, because we're already home. So that's my little take on the war. Anybody else got any ideas?
Well, there were some very interesting updates, which I really wish I had listened to the Gobbins one before last week, because we would have had the first scoop on it. But Mittens and them on the Meta Show brought it up. I thought it was hilarious to find out that, in fact, Horde and them were buying their ships from Jita and shipping them down, or bringing them all the way from drones for all of their mainline doctrines.
Yeah, I laughed at that one. That was pretty good.
There are so many threads every week of, look, Jita's out of stock. Dirk, how many times have Reaver, Caleb, and you and all talked about, like, they can't not be buying these?
Pretty regularly, you know, every time you look at the MER, you're like, okay, so something's happening in the Forge, and it's, you know, the same shit that's normally happening. People are buying shit in Jita and shipping it about. That's just how this works. There's no possible way that they are supplying every single thing that they are losing internally. It's just, nah. It's not happening.
And then find out that he blatantly says, like, this is crazy. Why are we doing this? It's kind of like your boss shows up to your office and he's like, why are you burning all of our papers? We need all the papers to do the work. This is so stupid. It's almost a no-brainer of like, why are you shipping things all the way from there to there? Because they've talked about, we've got all this infrastructure set up. Because, we fly through Delve and we see a Sotio here, a Raitaru there, things here, things there. And yet, they're not cranking out shit.
Their infrastructure at present is a shadow of the infrastructure that we had set up in Delve before this all kicked off, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we were still importing shit from Jita. We had the largest in some months, we had the largest non-Jita market in the game, and we were still bringing shit in from Jita. It's just... anybody saying that they're not doing that is either completely clueless or flat out lying.
Yeah, they're lying or they just don't know. Yeah.
And then God. Well, side note, I saw in chat, so I'll give a shout out. I think it's Volition Colt or Tickle. Sorry, it's Tickle. Tickle just joined us, so yay, welcome Tickle. I'm glad that you guys are going to hang out with Initiative, and hopefully we'll get to see you flying around.
Man, come chat in Theta. We don't have enough. We only have like one token Australian in Theta.
Do they have our comms?
I think so.
They're in it. They can join as long as they're not blacklisted. They can join up to the forums and they can get on all the details to get on our comms and everything. Yeah, there's no issues with that.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure about. So,
yeah, question though: if they're blacklisted, they can't join in it either, can they? Isn't that how it works? That's what works in bad.
No comment.
I mean, please talk. Let's talk here. Like extra squishies in Karma Fleet now. So, like,
what?
I know you can get permission for
you just
the general.
Wait a second.
Just get Merkel Chen drunk as fuck. That's all you gotta do. Apparently.
Don, what? Extra squishies in Karma Fleet?
Yeah.
Merkel Chen is the BIOS whisperer of our hearts. All right.
So we can have extra squishy on the show.
I don't know. Technically, with the rules we were given, yes. Is it a good idea? I don't know.
He is a real life wizard.
Well, if that doesn't sound like an interesting show, I don't know what does.
Yeah, we should have a wizard show. We could bring Hesperus Vanderbeats on and extra squishy.
No, but Greg, he just has to make sure that he brings a wizard hat along.
Oh, God. I don't think that'll go well.
What if we could buy a wizard hat on Amazon? I wonder where Vince got that wizard hat.
From probably online. He probably didn't even buy it himself. Someone probably gave it to him. The only hat I know he's bought is a top hat. A very nice top hat for the London meet.
I was going to say, did he get it from the Unseen University?
I have no idea. But I'm trying to think of what else. So we found out that Horde's really bad at industry. Shocker. Especially considering their biggest industry guy was bragging about doing up to 250 billion a month. Which for me would be a ton because I don't build shit. But apparently it's average.
Didn't you build a super, Don?
I built a Titan. Just one, though.
But you never bridged me. That's the issue.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, no. Okay.
You didn't have a Keepstar for me.
Sounds like a common problem for Doge. Nobody will bridge him.
That's because he wants to go somewhere that doesn't have a Keepstar. And he's like, here, just hop on this Sotio and let's hope for the best.
This is why I had to gate into 1DQ with a loaded freighter a while back, because y'all won't bridge me.
Did you make it?
Systems with Keepstars.
I didn't make it. It was before I had any ES, so I had like 6 or 7 bills.
Stations. Thank you for the raid.
Hey, they raided! Yay!
Yay!
Oh, thanks for coming over, Talking in Stations.
Sloppy seconds. Woo!
If you haven't seen the show before, I'm Greg, and Don is the cat that's into the BDSM. How do you say that?
BDSM.
What does it stand for?
Though I like your BSDM. That's pretty funny.
That's an interesting take.
So tonight we have Cruzados on, and they're a corporation within Goonswarm. And there's some fun guys.
And then obviously our normal guests that like to show up every now and then whenever I beg them to come hang out with us. I mean, ask them to come out and hang with us.
I think it's more like a demand and order.
Yeah.
Dawn was not desperate at all tonight, all right? That's all I have to say on it.
Like, please, I need more people. At some point, we'll run out of ideas.
I have I've got one of those stream decks set up, and it's got one button, and the button goes to an instant DBRB ping.
Oh, God, no.
It's just in case, right? Like, just in case.
That's what he threatens me with, because no. I love boat, but...
Dawn's getting beaten by boat pings. Okay, that's...
Do you want to have a 20-minute shower conversation?
Where is boat? I miss boat.
Maybe I'll ping
He's
him.
popped up. He's been up in the past month. A couple, 2 or 3 fleets. It's always a surprise. So...
That's the first guy I lost a dreadnought with, and the only dreadnought I have ever lost.
I will say the boat Dreadnought Rome was phenomenal.
I lost a carrier on one of boat's drunk capital.
Behind every time I've gone.
Is it saddening that we won't be able to do those capital roams as easily?
What do you mean? Like, I'm
What
sure
do you
boats
mean?
still do them.
They still go through Stargates.
Yeah, but more
Boat will
like
get drunk and have an idea and think it's the most unique, best idea ever, even though he's done it 4 times already. And everyone will go along with it because, what else are we going to throw our capitals at? Pappy certainly aren't giving us much.
Yeah, like...
Redline's in chat, we can ask him why.
No, Redline has his own thing, and they wanted to all be mean to me on Tuesday, so...
Redline.
You heard them, they were calling me a bitch.
Redline, let's 1v1 at the sun, bro.
I did not.
Not you, them. Did not appreciate it. No, I'm kidding, Redline.
I don't know why you watch that stuff.
I'm kidding. Anyways,
You watch it because I'm
now
on.
You've made Redline mad. He said no one wanted to be mean. Come on, Dawn.
I'm kidding. They're always trying to pressure me. But so okay, I did remember my train of thought now. So Pappy has done literally nothing in the past 3-4 weeks in the 3 Tech D constellation. They have poked the 3 Tech D jump bridge once, and that was that horrible Serb fleet with boosters that they had, where we killed like 25 billion, and they killed like 2.
Doing really good with that Serb fleet concept. I wouldn't say they should change it or anything. I think they just need to keep doing it.
It's perfectly fine.
It was scary.
Exactly.
In the
These
meantime,
are the best theory crafting ever.
I mean, sometimes you gotta break a couple eggs to get a good omelet, so, they'll get there, maybe.
You see, like a whole liquor shelf fall, that's their equivalent of a couple eggs.
Didn't we kill an Ansiplex today?
That's what I was going to bring up. So in the meantime, in those few weeks, we have killed at least 8 to 10 jump bridges. I think 6 or 7 Sino beacons. We have reinforced a couple buildings. Obviously, we killed the Astra House of Awesomeness with all of the stuff in it. So we have killed a few buildings as well. And funny enough, they haven't replaced some of the items that we have killed. The 39p jump bridge we took down, and they didn't replace it for a week. And then when they replaced it, we just killed it again today.
Well, I mean, Dawn, they still haven't replaced some of those Titans from M2 TAC. So, you've got to give them props for prioritizing where their investment goes.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know, like, I haven't seen any big threads. You'd think that if that high-sec group had killed anything important yet, they would be, like, putting it on... I would assume they would put it on Reddit, being like, haha, goons are caught, or we killed goons, or whatever. I don't know if we have any P-Horde spies, like, anyone from our side that can tell us if they've, like, caught anything.
Well, they caught a whole bunch of new pros, probably. Horde had a high-sec ganking thing, but then they kicked the dude who did it because he did something, I guess, or some shit, so they screwed their own ganking program up. I don't know what the plan was with that.
Maybe we need to get Blix on, give him something to shoot at.
I mean, all on Doc Rorqual if it'll get us content.
No, don't do that.
But we killed theirs.
We had a whole, we had like, 8-9 Rorquals out on a moon a while back, and they did nothing.
Well, the funny thing is they were complaining today about that there weren't any super kills, and then we killed a carrier. I'm like, I'm sorry it's not a super, but we did kill a carrier. If you guys aren't using supers except for as far away as possible from us, like, I'm sorry.
I like how they moved the bar up, though, to you have to kill a super for it to be noticeable, not you have to go out and kill anything.
Yeah.
Well, if they're not going to use their supers, they might as well just sell them to us.
No. It goes the other way. See, everybody takes our shit and sells it to them at inflated prices. And then they're like, I got a super for 15 to 20 billion. I'm like, I got mine for 9. Like, what are we talking about here?
But you didn't just build your super? Come on.
No, I didn't build my super.
Holy shit. We got Cinetica.
Shit.
Apparently, this is a surprise for you guys. So, hello, Cinetica. Welcome to Theta Thursday.
How are you?
Welcome.
Cinetica, you sexy bastard.
My man.
Do you guys want to introduce Cinetica, or Cinetica, you want to introduce yourself?
I will let them introduce me, please.
Alright, I will give first round. Ghost can give the actual. This is Cinetica. He may be the sexiest man alive. I don't know if you noticed, but like people will just fall down weeping as he passes by. And great dude, a lot of fun. Ghost, did you actually have a good introduction?
I was just gonna say, if you've ever bought a skill injector in EVE, there's a damn good chance it came from this man right here.
Was that your game?
Might be, yeah.
Not his game. He's the reason they changed the whole thing.
Were you
explain.
ghosting?
I only want to say that I got a lot of accounts.
That's an understatement, man.
Is there like a threshold that I can guess at?
Maybe. I don't know.
Are we talking like 100
now?
200?
No, Don, you need way more.
400, 500?
I would 10x that.
Is there triple digits or quadruple digits?
He's in the thousands.
What?
Do you just have like a spreadsheet, or is this all in the character logic? Because I can imagine it's gotta be.
It's insane, Don. You won't see it. It's insane.
It's crazy.
Is your alt tab button word out?
What?
I was just going to say that in fairness, Dawn, I've only got, 27 or 28 accounts, and I have a spreadsheet to track who's where, so if Cinetica didn't, I'd be surprised.
It was chaos. But I think I managed, because I only started with 100 accounts.
Wait.
Many years ago.
Wait, you said 800?
I've been playing this 16 years ago, 15 years, I don't know.
Say 100 or 800?
Yes, no, 100.
100, okay. Because I was going to say 800 sounds ridiculous
100.
as is.
And it was 100 for a lot of years. And then I said, well, I'm going to start doing more accounts. And yeah. That happens, and shit happens.
You remember the Mr. Rockstown song? You see the little, but the little wouldn't do it, so the little got more and more. Cinetica was the king of skill injector farming. It was him and a partner of his. I don't even know the total number of accounts they got up to, but it was absolutely insane. They were cranking out thousands of skill injectors a month.
Okay, so there's a key question here then that we have for Cinetica. Cinetica, how many of Merkelchan's recent 7,700 plus votes for the CSM were because of you?
Did you vote?
Yeah, I vote, but I don't remember with how many accounts. It's the second time I vote with my accounts. Last CSM, I think I voted. I nominate last CSM because I was in Gunswarm in that time. I don't remember, but yeah.
I've just got one question for you, Cinetica. How's your sister?
Oh God.
there a story in
My
that?
sister's fine, and yeah.
Fine, and then he says his lord.
Together, Senetica looks attractive, but his sister is attractive. One of those things.
Yeah.
That's why I love Senetica.
While he was in the court, it was always, so Senetica, when you're going to introduce us to your sister? Every day.
Are you in Spain, Senetica?
No, I'm in Argentina at the moment.
Now, are you from Spain or are you from?
No, from
You
Argentina.
guys lied to me.
I didn't say everyone was from Spain. Just
There has been not a single person
I
from
think-
Spain.
Fun fact.
Down. I think I was the only one. Yeah, I was the only guy who speaks Spanish in corporation that was not from Spain.
Where in Argentina? Because my little sister is just outside of Buenos Aires.
Yeah,
Basically Antarctica.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Go to the furthest point of Argentina that you can possibly go to.
Are you able to? Do you have any penguins down there?
Find Argentina on a map.
A lot of penguins.
Go about 20
and,
miles farther.
A lot of beavers and all that kind
They
of
have
beavers.
That's the beavers again.
What the fuck? We got a lot of that stupid beavers. Yeah.
Here we go with that beaver talk again.
Beavers are far from stupid. Beavers are very intelligent animals.
Yeah.
They are very good at engineering, for sure. It's funny. I didn't think there were. I mean, I guess there's a lot of species of beaver. I'm gonna look up how many total now. Hold on. You guys keep talking. Beaver species.
I would be curious what happens if you just search beavers. I'm curious, Don. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh no. Ghoster. Donald Sprunk says blowing beavers kind of sucks.
So now hold up, though. I mean, the real question is, Senetica, when are you going to get me an AT ship?
It says there's only 2 species of beavers.
What are they, Don? The Eurasian one, right?
Yeah, and I guess the North American beaver. Yeah, there's 2. They're just out a lot of places, apparently. 2 species of beavers exist. The North American beaver, also called the Canadian beaver, and then the Eurasian beaver, which is found across Europe and Asia. So I guess he's got a Canadian beaver in Argentina.
Yeah, we got the Canadian one, yeah.
So they must have just found them first. They're not really just Canadian beavers. Interesting.
No, I think some Canadian guy brought them long time ago, and now we got billions of beavers.
It's probably like Sir something. Like
yeah.
They do make really good fur coats, so you know. If you gotta use them up.
Murder.
Well, if it's already dead because you're gonna eat it anyways, you might as well use the fur as well.
I support all of this.
I don't know. I've forget it.
And that's why we blow their dams up.
No, you're not supposed to blow their dams up. Anyways, so Senetica with the voting and everything.
That was enough for him.
Greg has the sense of humor of a 10-year-old sometimes, which is why I love him. But so Senetica, with the CSM voting, obviously you've got a bunch. You said you've got a bunch of accounts. Did you literally just do the top spot, or did you do the whole actual ballot?
The top spot only.
It's just too complicated to try and get everybody in.
Yes.
Okay, so you were just like Merkel Chen and just hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, have you ever sold your votes?
No, never.
We all know Senetica is very poor.
No, I can tell you yet.
I don't know if that's against the rules or not.
These last votes, I had at least 2 guys who offered me ISK, and I said no, thanks.
Nice.
Senetica is probably the poorest ISK trillionaire in EVE I know.
Yeah, he will never get me a Titan. I'm like, hey, Senetica, can I have a Titan? Yeah, if you pay me like 50 bill. Fucking great deal.
Honestly,
deal now.
That's a deal now.
This is back before indie changes and shit.
Senetica promised me a Titan skill book. I've never had it yet.
I just feel left out by Sugar Daddy Senetica.
I'm still waiting on my AT ships.
You're going to have to talk to this.
I'm not even playing EVE.
Yeah.
We know.
Now,
He
how
said
long
this
have you
seemed-
been in Cruzados? Are you recently in, or how long have you been with the
No,
guys?
I think I've been in Crusados for at least 2 years.
Nice.
Damn near since we got here, yeah. But he's
Yeah.
old friends with Juno.
Mm-hmm.
They made ISK back in Eve long time ago.
So Cinetic is one of those people that Reddit complains about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
oh shit. What's the ship? Doge.
Who isn't someone that Reddit complains about? Just as
I don't
a
know.
question.
They
Not
say-
the
everyone
silver
say-
magnate or the gold magnate. One of the ships, there's only 3 of them left in the game.
The imp?
No.
Is it one of those ones that
The
Juno has?
cockroach?
Yes.
The cockroach?
Guardian Vexor.
Well, Juno has like every AT ship. I don't know why the fuck we're trying to guess. You just pick one, he has it.
Well, anyways, there's one of the AT ships that there's only 3 of them left in the game because all the other ones died. 2 of them are owned by our former CEO.
And you'll
And he
never
won't
see them
give you
because
one.
they're AFK.
He tried to sell one for like 1,500 trillion ISK, and nobody wanted to buy it.
Sounds like a gold magnate. Most of the others have a lot more that still exist, but a chunk of them are like gated behind banned accounts. So
Yeah.
What makes
still
them
won't
so
give you one.
special?
Well, they're
Other
only
than-
from.
Yeah, other
They
than
were-
being
They
a
were
one-off.
one-off.
So, like, the gold magnates came from the Amar championships. So there was one in 2007, I want to say.
It was right
Uh,
after, yeah.
So
And
there's-
then there was another one back in 2017 when Jamil died. To basically that's the process that the Amar go through to pick their new emperor. And
So-
then the rest of them are from tournaments from various years.
Yeah, they're special gifts for the place winners, for the AT tournaments and other events that they might hold. And they only put out at most 50 of each type, whatever it is. And then obviously, and they won't re-release them. So, per se. So, they, as they die off, they get rarer and rarer and rarer. I do
mean,
know that if anyone wants
we've been
to.
trying to talk to TCP Aurora about them, maybe reintroducing some of the older ones at some point. But
It'd be
we're not
really
sure
great
where
if they
that's
would.
going at that point.
And they're also really good ships. Like a lot of them are really overly bonused because they are so rare. They know that they're not going to like be broken in fleet metas or anything. Like the Imp is really good, I believe, and then a Silver Magnates I think are really really good too. For
Yeah, that's what I was going to
frigate
ask,
PvP.
right? Like, if it's just like a one-off ship and it's just like a run-of-the-mill ship, who gives a shit, right? It's got to be like something good that
Yeah.
has extra stats and stuff.
A lot of them do. Like there's a special Zarmast. I don't remember what it is. Like, no, not the Zarmast.
No.
It's a Hydra.
The Tiamat. The Tiamat.
The Tiamat is basically like a cloaky
Retroactive.
T2. It's like a cloaky hack. It's it's a version of the Vedmak from when they did that in AT. That
one's
may have been
really
the
cool.
last one, actually.
think-
That may have been AT16.
Yeah, because it's a trig ship, so it's
But,
Whatever.
but yeah, that's basically like a T2 cloaky hack. It's kind of like a cross between a hack and a what's the word that I'm looking for here?
cruise
Battleship?
Like the Rook
T3C
and no, the like the
bat-
Rook and the Falcon and
assault cruiser.
Force Recon?
Force Recon?
for recon ships. Yeah, it's like a cross
Okay.
between a hack and recon ships. It's really cool. And then obviously they've got the
And they
the
got a special
Hydra
skin
as well.
and-
And that's basically like an assault frigate crossed with a covert ops ship. They do
that-
some really fun stuff with them.
And everybody that participated got a really, really cool trig skin, and it's really, really pretty. It's like this gold and white zebra striping, and I really, really want it, but I can't have it because everybody used them.
Speaking of skins,
I
we should
didn't.
do a giveaway.
Yeah, we should.
Mine's
the-
still in my can.
There you go,
boy.
go, so we can get another skin each.
Yeah, we got a Megatron or a Procure.
Yeah.
Dealer's
all right.
choice. Let's can
Are we gonna
Hey,
do
make it
some
a tough
trivia?
one this time, will you?
All right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
see if I got
okay.
one. Oh! I've got a good question, and it's from the last 30 years, so you guys can hopefully get this. But
Can I play?
Yes. Yeah, I guess we can. So, of all the who was the actor to play Batman between Tim Burton's Batman and Batman Begins?
Michael Keaton.
Adam West.
Oh, sorry, you're right. I forgot that one was in there too. So in between Tim Burton's Batman and George Clooney. Sorry, it's the one in between those two.
I forgot
Val Kilmer. That is correct. Did anyone? Yeah, Michael Keaton is the other one. He's the one.
Well, what answer's right, Don?
You've got two skins there, and they've both provided right answers. So.
All right, yeah, I can.
But they've already won.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about.
Well, let's give one to Joe because he's the first one to write it in chat, for sure. So we'll give Joe one if he wants it.
All right, Joe Bob Hartley. I was about to say, Joe Bob Hanky. What's do you want, a Megathron or a Procurer skin, sir?
Everyone forgets Val Kilmer, and I absolutely enjoyed that movie. It's the worst guilty pleasure. It's the best worst movie because it's terrible, but
Val
it's such
Kilmer
a guilty
was
pleasure.
Mr. Freeze, right?
No, Val Kilmer was Batman.
No, I mean that was
Arnold
the Mr. Freeze.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
Yes, but it was that film, right?
Yes.
No, it was Batman Forever, and it was Jim Carrey.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that was Batman and Robin. So it was Batman Forever with Val Kilmer, Nicole Kidman, Tommy Lee Jones, and Jim Carrey.
All right, Joe Bob Hanky, check
and Drew Barrymore.
Check your whispers on Twitch, and you have a code for a Megathron skin. And what is it, Don? It's like the Fire Bird or something like that. I don't know.
No, it should still all be the Scope Syndicates. They're the skins only for partners to give out. So it looks pretty dope. It's white and blue with gold trim, I believe.
I don't know. I'm giving codes to give stuff away, and I actually give it away, Don.
No, you get the extra codes.
Oh, okay.
That skin looks great.
It's got a hex pattern that fades in, and they actually look pretty fancy.
It's like a bluish purple to gold.
Joe Bob Hanky. So we got a Procurer skin to give away, and why not give it away now, Don?
Okay.
All right.
Well, we need a good one, something unique.
Can I do a quick giveaway too?
Oh.
Yeah, sure. You can do a giveaway.
You got a good question?
A Cruzados special giveaway? What does Cruzados have to give away?
I don't know. I'll find some fancy faction ship that I have laying around in one of my hangars.
Okay. What are you gonna ask?
I don't know. I want the top dad joke in chat. I think that would be worth it. I don't know. I'll see if I have maybe a nightmare lying around. If it's fucking peak quality, I have one for whoever.
No. I don't think nightmares are gonna cut it because remember, Test isn't using them anymore, so they got told to sell them to just have some extra cash.
They're using Caracals. We could probably give away another Caracal Scope Syndicate skin.
I want to see these dad jokes. I'll also give anyone who emails Zero Muskie about drone SRP 10 exotic dancers, just send a screenshot to Daddy Doge in game.
Sorry, who are they sending that to?
Zero, the number, Musky, Musky.
The only decent FC left over in Pappy at this point.
Yep, if you email him about that, there's 10 exotic dancers. Just send the proof to Daddy Doge in game, but Top Joke gets the random giveaway thing.
Sorry, Devilish, who is the most famous rock group with no hit songs? I'll take a minute for him to type.
Wow.
Oh, did you hear the one about the guy who ate 6 plastic horses? The doctor was concerned, but his condition is stable now.
Yeah, that one's quite funny.
What does a bee use to brush his hair? You pick whichever one you like. You guys can keep reading them.
James is pretty good.
Which ones?
Why does Santa not have kids? Because he always comes down the chimney.
Oh.
That one's skin worthy from me, sir. I will give you a skin for that one. Give me an in-game character name of choice, and I will send you a skin right now.
Oh, yeah, okay, so here's for the Procure skin, guys. While you're getting your dad jokes in for the cruise one, Anton has sent me a good question that actually kind of is very similar to things we've been talking about today. Name the, and also your question's not fully correct, but name the two mammals that lay eggs. This is for chat.
Oh, great. Are you eating a hot dog right now?
He's diabetic. If he doesn't keep eating, he'll die. So he has to keep eating protein.
I'm just having pepperoni.
That looks really good. Can I have some?
You can.
There you
go. You can both meet in the middle with his pepperoni there.
Oh, so he offered me the pepperoni. This is how you know he's a good guy.
Thanks, 1973 got the answer correct. The only two mammals that can lay eggs is the duck-billed platypus and the echidna, both of which are found in Australia. Yeah, both of which are found in Australia. It looks like a hedgehog with a really long nose. They're very cute.
And the duck-billed platypus is linked to dinosaurs, weirdly.
And the duck-billed platypus the males are venomous.
Oh,
they have spurs on their back feet, and they inject a venom.
But they're so damned cute.
They are very cute, and they're also in Australia, and they also have flat tails like beavers. Hey!
Hold on, so what do we think? I'm thinking devilish here for the jokes. He's putting in some effort. I like it.
He's devilish, putting in more than one.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. You know, he went for it.
Fantastic. So,
devilish.
Speaking of the nightmare thing, it was funny that we've always been making fun of SRP on the Pappy side. They've always, in Goonswarm, we've always made fun of it, at least amongst ourselves. But to find out they had, one guy doing it? Maybe two?
Oh, for
what? Sorry.
And it's
just
taking...
seeing in general? Or...
What?
Like what do Pappy have, one guy doing?
SRP.
Oh, well.
They actually do, yeah.
That's just brutal.
Is he doing that out of his own pocket?
I don't know. I mean, considering there's so many spies in there, I would understand being wary of having anybody have access to anything important. But the fact that, there have been fights where I have bought 4 scimitars in a single fight, and I got SRP for at least 3 of them during the fight.
By them?
By us. If I was a Pappy spy, I would literally just go as Logi and just never rep anything and just try to die every fleet within reason and just keep taking all their SRP as much as possible. That's what
it's going to take you 2.5 weeks at least, though, if you're in.
It don't matter. SRP. I'll take the money. I saw a story yesterday of a guy who said, "Yeah, I was in PanFam for a long time, but I decided to jump over to Goons, and then 2 weeks after I got paid out my SRP from P-Horde."
I love Mr. Stopstalker in Twitch chat, who suggests that people on our side are relying on SRP to make it. It's an SRP program. It's designed to replace people's ships so that they can keep fighting. If we can give them that faster, they get to keep fighting more. And, that's a general positive
most people
way to run things.
Most people aren't making money on SRP per se. Certain corps will, make sure you're at least whole for whatever the normal value is of the ship. Some of them do supplemental SRP on top of the Alliance SRP, but it's not to make money. It's to make sure that your dudes don't have to worry about joining a fleet or have a hesitation about joining a fleet because they can't afford it. I mean, usually on a fleet, even if someone's like, "Hey, I can't get this right now, I don't have enough money," someone will buy them the ship typically. Or hand them a ship to get into the fleet. And I assume that some of that happens over there too, but
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the ship and you're not using it, hand it to somebody else and basically be like, if it dies, give me the SRP back. That's fine. You know, let's just get you doing something.
That's what we did a bit ago with our corp, was to get some people active in a program that was happening. We said, hey, we bought a whole bunch of ships. They're free off a contract, right? Undercut all the prices, collect the SRP. You're going to come out way ahead. Just get in fleet and go and do something.
Tamar says it correctly in chat. He says the SRP is line members' money, and we just give it back.
It's
it's funded by taxes. It's we do a lot of things with our members' taxes, but SRP is definitely one of the better ones for people seeing a return. And like, we can talk about SRP as a way to make ISK on some ships. Logi, for instance, we generally pay a little bit over the market price to.
No, you don't. Don't lie to them. I should know. I see it the most. You come out even. Trust me, it is a contention with Logi, because we're like, hey, they're like, you need to insure your ships to get full payout. I'm like, yeah, but Theta ship, no one remembers to fucking insure it. Well, and in Logi, you're not guaranteed to die, because like people are gonna try to save you.
But like,
usually it's 100%.
If you take a look at our forums, right, there's so many other different ways for people to make money in the Imperium. It's a bit silly. We have entire sub-forums set up just to talk to people about how they can make money.
I mean, have you seen Theta's bee? It's the Scrooge McDuck bee.
I still like the finance bee. The dragon curled around like lots of gold.
It's a little hoard. Yeah, but, like what?
I was trying to say, Greg. I'm getting a bit jealous of Greg because I've got a ginger cat and he's a miserable bastard.
Sounds a lot like you, man.
There's Greg there, sat quite nicely, stroking his ginger pussy.
Well, they do say that pets reflect our owners.
Yeah. This guy, I'm trying to make him a shoulder cat, but he won't do it. Like, he won't fully commit to my shoulder.
Most cats don't, so don't feel bad about it.
Like, he gets this far, and he digs his claws into my vest here, right? And this is like my summer jean vest, so it kind of hurts a little bit. Like, my winter one's thicker, right? So, that's okay. Yeah. I don't mind.
My ginger cat will get on my chest for about 5 minutes, and he'll go, "Yeah, look at me, I'm here," and then he'll bugger off again.
I just read the Devilish's thing. Why did the Orthers get kicked out of the Union fleet? He didn't want to pay more dues.
God.
Well done.
That's actually well done. Very well done.
That's the guy I give the ship to. Fucking love it.
He's still going. He's still going. He's been cracking him out.
That man's fucking killing it. I like it.
INN's looking for writers, so
always.
Maybe we found his new career.
Someone recruit that man.
I don't know if Devilish is in Goons or not.
Devilish, where are you living currently? What corp are you in?
Don't tell me Karma Fleet.
Oh.
Clearly CDC.
He's a Waffer guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Waffer is just Comfleet alts anyway.
We should have.
I can't believe
on.
You said that.
Don, are we gonna do a WAF special, Al?
Who are we gonna get on? It's me.
I don't know who's in WAF.
All the big boys and
you're in
everyone
WAF.
Retired. Yeah, I'm in WAF.
So why don't you send a court mail?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me go send a court mail. Amongst the 50 million that Delta send a day, you'll never be seen.
I don't have that issue with court mail, surprisingly, Don.
I know, and Delta don't listen to when Asher tells them to stop sending court mail. That just makes them do more. And at that point, and even after you kick 3 people, they just keep doing it. So to some point, you just stop caring.
But I mean, I think Atrum is the director that's currently dealing with WAFA most. So you could ask Atrum on. See if he'll come here and call you all idiots.
I don't always have much luck getting WAFA people to come and hang out. But if we could get, I don't think there's much to talk about on WAFA. We're just like the retirement home for Goodstorm.
What about that one guy? What's his name? The Matani.
Yeah, that would be nice. But
he's not that popular though, is he?
no, he's got. He runs a show each week at 4 p.m. Eastern, whatever 3 p.m. Central, whatever fuck time it is in game.
We should give a shout out to our sister brother shows. Don, you do one on Saturday, Push the Talk, which is pretty entertaining. I enjoy watching it. And tell us a little bit about Push the Talk and what you guys do there.
Well, Dirk is more capable on that.
Because everybody knows about the Meta Show, right? Everybody watches that on Saturday, and they see Brisk and Mittens do their thing. But I don't know if a lot of people watch Push the Talk, do they? Is it something that people should be watching? I watch it.
I mean, Push to Talk's pretty fun deal. It's a bunch of old players chatting shit about the news of the week. We talk about food instead of random animal facts. So, there's that as a unique selling point, exactly. And there's a lot of different conversations. A lot of the time, the conversations aren't quite so much about, what each side of a war is doing or whatever. A lot of the time, the conversation ends up going more towards like what's actually happening to the game. Where is the game going? What the game changes have been that CCP have done recently, and whether or not people think they'll be positive or negative. Cough, where's our carrot? Cough.
Do we want to talk about that article today?
Which article? Where
the Kotaku one?
The Kotaku one where CCP were tone deaf as fuck.
Yeah,
I mean we could talk about that.
Did you guys read it?
Oh no, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Let
Greg,
me just.
You have to read. Yeah, I've got to
let
get
me
you
just
up
grab
to
it.
date. Did any of you cruise it, guys?
Shit. While Dirk's finding that article, I mean, I can remember back in the day when battleships were the biggest thing in the game.
It's linked in Twitch chat. It's actually written by, funnily enough, one of our guys from Karma Fleet who contributes to Kotaku pretty regularly. So
it was actually a pretty decent article, though. The way that they set up their website with all their ads and shit, I got down to like the bottom paragraph, and I was like, I feel like I'm missing something, and I didn't see the tiny little button that said "Continue reading" for like 5 minutes. I'm just like sitting there reloading it, like, why can't I find the rest of this damn article? Is there another page? But
wow.
Basically, the article is about the quote-unquote second Summer of Rage. Now, how many of you were here during the original Summer of Rage? I mean, some of you...
2011. 2011 was when the original Summer of Rage
happened.
I
was in Eve at the time.
Yeah, and from reading... And I've heard about it, the Incarnate Crisis, and all that fun stuff. And reading about it, it's basically there were a bunch of microtransactions and ridiculous logs put out about greed is good and things like that. CCP basically trying to milk the cash cow that is Eve for way more than they probably should have.
Well, I was reading about that today actually on some I think it was PC Gamer or something like that.
Was it Kotaku?
No, it might have been Kotaku.
It's probably the article we're talking about. So the guy wrote an article today talking about the Summer of Rage 2 ? And he's more coining it as the Summer of Rage and Disengage, which I know a lot of us have probably felt it in their own way of lately, because the war is kind of like stagnant right now, other than us running around kind of like poking things occasionally. How many of you are like super duper engaged right now?
In the war?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just in the game in general.
I am.
I'm not.
Fairly engaged. I just not always online, but I'm also watching everything.
Like, I still have an account subbed, but that's, paid for by CCP. I do stuff at INN, I still do Diplo stuff, but I'm not actually engaged in actively playing Eve right now. It's just... There's a lot of things that I don't know. I just don't see it right now. You know?
I mean, I'd say going back to the blackout, it's been downhill ever since.
It's
Pretty
because
much,
of
yeah.
people screaming about Rorquals and not seeing, and it's not saying that the criticisms aren't fair, but instead of addressing the issue in a way that was positive,
But I mean,
they
what
fucked
is the
everyone
issue
over.
though?
Well, I mean, I get it. Like, a lot of people were making a lot of stuff really fast and they didn't plan on that. And then they a lot of different things came into the game at once to create this perfect storm of, like Cinetic is over here with all his skill farming, and then people, exponentially getting into Rorqual accounts. You said that you could mine a carrier or a capital in a day with your alt, right?
In an hour.
Right, exactly. Right. And that's, considering what the game was designed for, the game was designed to use a lot less materials for ships. They never planned on having that much influx of material. So then
that was really, really poorly managed at the time.
So
From
the problem
2016 when they reworked it, it was just continuously poorly managed.
So the problem was not that people are having fun mining. The problem is that they didn't plan on having this much stuff come in all at once.
They thought Titans would be rare, and when they were not a rarity anymore, it ruined their thought process of where the game was supposed to be.
I had a conversation with a certain individual this week, and it was just it was a good conversation. We were having a good time, but they're stuck on this mindset that Titans are meant to be the set piece of a fleet. And I asked him, when have they ever been a set piece of a fleet? Has anyone ever just dumped a Titan into the middle of a subcap skirmish and supported a fleet in any way?
I mean, Bosons on gates.
No, I'm talking about an actual fleet fight. You got one cruiser fleet fighting another cruiser fleet, and a super or a Titan comes in, boosts everybody, and starts trying to help. When has that ever happened? I'm sure maybe one group has done it occasionally, once every fucking, year and a half.
Let's just put it that way. It's a very rare thing to happen that you would put a Titan in unsupported.
Well, I mean, a Titan's a capital killer.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that what were Titans designed to be? And they've always talked about, Titans are supposed to be the set piece fleet ship. They're supposed to be the answer to any capital issues or whatever, right? I'm like, well, now because a lot of people have them, they're glorified building shooters. That's all they do. They've nerfed their subcap application to the ground. So now all they really do is shoot other capitals and buildings. That is their job. And they've never ever been a set piece. So why? So this idea that Titans need to go back to that, they have nothing to go back to. There's no home for them in the past because no one used them like that.
CCP have always been a bit circumspect about what they're actually trying to do with their game development, though, right? Like they've always had this concept that they work towards, and a number of CCPs have said it over the years, right? They build a thing expecting that this will be like an end game thing for players, right? There's not going to be huge numbers of these. It's not going to be crazy. The Titan. People weren't meant to build the first Titan in however quickly they managed it, like 4 months, I think, from the introduction of Titans to the first one actually fully being built. If I remember the history off the top of my head correctly.
Off of Steve. I don't think Steve took a bunch of people to do it, but I don't think that it wasn't hard.
It wasn't a huge period of time. And then, they introduced Citadels, and they're like, okay, so we've got this one super rare, Citadel, but also we don't expect to see huge numbers of Keep Stars everywhere. And then Goon Swarm put down 60 across 3 regions in the space of about 2 years.
5 regions. We had Cloud Ring, Fountain, Period Basis, Aquarius, and Delve.
Well, fair on that point, but
yeah,
these weren't
KQK?
supposed to be. So KQK is KQK was tribute, if I
Okay, so
remember.
6. We had
But
6.
that was KQK was a very specific.
Well, of course, yeah, those are
situation.
stager, but
Pure
it
blind.
stayed up for a year and a half.
But I mean, I kind of want to come back to this article that we linked and then didn't talk too much about, because
That's okay.
some of the CCPers in this, and there are 3 main CCPers that actually spoke with Kotaku in this. We've got CCP Convict, otherwise known as player Bam Stroker. We've got Sami Hamanson, who is also known as CCP Goodfella, for any of you who may have seen him on CCP streams and what have you. And then we've got CCP Swift, who is also known as Elise Randolph. And all 3 of them have kind of said things in this article that really just speak to a completely different attitude at CCP to where the players are feeling at the minute. You know, they talk about the not quite a pop-up ad that we saw and caused a lot of controversy in the last couple of weeks. And they were like, you know, this was a contextual offer that applies to maybe 1% of the ships that explode in EVE Online. And it's like, yeah, but it's the first ship that explodes in a particular account's thing. It's like, you died, here, have an advert. It was never about giving people an advert for Plex when they die. It was always about the fact that these are, by and large, new players that are being targeted with this ad. And it's the first ship they lose. So this could be 2-3 days in, maybe.
Or
if they're lucky. It could be an hour in, and they're already being told by Plex.
I feel like the problem is, and I think once again it's kind of that tone deaf part, is it is very mobile game. How many times in a mobile game have you played where you run out of energy and they're like, buy more energy, buy this pack, buy these, you know, loot chances for the elite member card to add to your battle team, and you usually get them pretty, like, you get a couple freebies right away, which the game does as well. They give you a bunch of freebie ships, which are just simple little ships to get you through, you know, playing until you can kind of learn how to make some money. But then, you know, to have this ad come up, it's a very mobile game, and I know that they have their own mobile game already. Like, they don't need to put that into this game.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to do loot boxes.
Oh, I don't think they can, because a lot of the places they work with won't let them.
I just see a drastic change in the direction that they've been trying to go. I mean, for a long time, it was you know, growth. How can the game get bigger? How can the game get better? How can we get bigger fights, faster servers to hold more people without you know, lag? And now it's just like, how can we slow people down? How can we make shit harder to do? How can we piss more people off? And I still think the entire transition can go back to skill injectors.
It is literally tediums for tedium's sake. And I don't feel like that is a good gameplay model unless you have an option that, while maybe less money, doesn't have tedium. Because I know that crabs are lazy, and just because there's an offer out there for that slightly bit of extra ISK, that if there is a threshold of it's too hard or too annoying to do, people won't do it en masse.
Well, there's another quote from this article that I think speaks to that. You know, according to CCP Goodfella, another issue with this feature is that we have a lot of teams and devs working on long-term NPE projects, so new player experience stuff. The plan was to not show things until we're ready to fully announce them. You know what, CCP? If it's not ready, you don't want to talk about it, okay. But then he goes on to say, all the community can see is the offers, but we've been working on the MP in the background a bunch. It's just not ready for public consumption. It's the perception of this imbalance that is the big problem. So basically he's saying, the ads aren't the issue. It's the fact that the only thing the community are seeing is the ads that is the issue. But and I can't imagine having that sort of cognitive dissonance to be able to say, look, the ads aren't the issue, fair, and then also say the way the players are perceiving things is the issue.
Just
and
have
then
the ads on the
not
launcher
tell
like anybody
us.
else.
Not actually. You can't say that the issue is the player's perception, but then also say we're not going to do anything to change the player's perception. That's just, frankly, throwing you players are wrong in our fucking faces.
Yeah, or the good old adage of "Don't worry, you'll be back." Somewhere in that boat there too, right?
Well, hell, I mean,
they literally said that. Don't worry, you'll be back.
I still think half their fucking problem is introducing skill injectors into the game. If they wanted Titans to be rare, they should have maintained a 2-year train to get into a Titan. Commit to this game for 2 years.
But Cinetic is like, no, shut up.
Shut up. That's impossible because listen, how are you going to get new people playing if you need to
the same way we all learned how to play? Train in the small ships, learn.
Okay, the catch-up mechanics are certainly. Cinetic's got a good point here.
I started playing with I don't know 16, 17 years old, and tell me if you had now at this moment 17 years, and I tell you, well, this is your account, your EVE account, and now you need to play for at least 3 years to build a Titan.
Like I definitely there's. It's so tricky to get right because
I understand. I mean, shit. There's a lot of people that were in the game and had Titans when new people were coming to the game. I get that, but I feel like opening up, going from a straight hard 2-year commitment to just be able to sit in this ship. To you can have it today for the grand old price of $1,500. I feel like they went from one extreme straight to the other.
They could have restricted it where you could only have this many injected points, and after that you have to train. Because I think going up to 50 million of you can only inject up to 50 million. I don't think you can sit in a full Titan with only 50 million.
Yeah, you can.
I just
okay, then 25, like limit it, but you know what I mean? Like they could have done something instead of it's only so effective after this many points. No one's gonna be dumb enough to do this. Stop, what are you doing? No.
No, because the issue was that this was always a stage in their monetization process, right? It was always a stage in CCP figuring out how to make money without relying solely on subscriptions as an income source, and
they wanted that fast cash, not the long-term commitments.
Especially when it comes to skill injectors, one of the first things that was monetized about skill injectors when they introduced them was the extractors. You need to buy extractors with Plex. To get Plex, you need to buy it. It's a fairly quick turnaround because one of the things that people need to understand about, the way we think CCP works with Plex is Plex isn't onto their balance sheets as an income until that Plex is used. So it basically sits as kind of like in like a holding spot. So people buy Plex, they put it on the in-game market. That Plex gets used, be it to buy a subscription or to buy a skin or to, move that Plex into an in-game item of some description. Then CCP can take the value of that Plex and switch it over onto their cash sheets as actual income. And so, at that point, they have to encourage people to be using the Plex for more things. It's part of why we think they changed from single Plex to the 500 mini Plex and got rid of Aurum so that they could have a more direct transition from people giving money and then it holding on their cash books and then actually making it into their profit book, their profit balance. And they needed more ways to monetize them.
It's a bad idea, but I
can understand that. My whole issue with the skill point thing was always when they started selling skill points directly. rather than the actual injection stuff.
At least somebody
like
having to pull it
that
out of
pack
their head.
they've got today, where you can get
Yeah, where you
1.5
can
get-
million for $40.
Yeah,
Exactly.
guys.
Like when they introduced skill extraction and injection, there was a point where they said basically they want to preserve the integrity of the sandbox, that only the amount of skill points that have ever been trained in the game will ever be in the game.
And they're like, and
2 years later,
no,
2
to
years
be
later they
fair,
went.
no, we can
crazy.
RP it. We can RP it that all the band accounts were just getting their skill points. Just gotta, get creative with it. But this is gonna be a preface, I assume, for Saturday because we are over time, and while we don't really have a bedtime, I know Greg's brain is melting from listening to us talk about anything that's super duper.
I thought we were going to talk about the Rolling Stones tonight. Did I get the wrong show?
Yeah.
Oh,
but that's okay. So I assume we're gonna talk about this on Push to Talk on Saturday, along with probably how I'm gonna make a stew. Though I think I have a
stew recipe. Let me.
Beef stew, by any chance?
Beef stew. Yeah.
Dawn, Greg,
No.
thanks for having me.
Well, thank you everybody for coming.
Thank
Well,
you.
let's do final thought real quick. This is your opportunity for a final shout out to anybody in stream. So we'll just start at the top. Ghoster, any final thoughts or shout outs?
I mean, I still love this game. I just hope that CCP starts trying to turn it back around to give us the game we were all enjoying 2 or 3 years ago.
Anton?
I'd like to give a big shout out to Panzer Fan. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for you, mate, we wouldn't be here in Goon Swarm having the fucking whale of a time that we are now.
Side note, his last Z kill was over a year ago again.
Is that your old CEO? Or
yeah.
Yeah, he was the alliance leader of Army of New Eden who went AFK all the time.
Have you never heard of Panty Fan, Dawn?
No. I don't know. No.
Oh, okay.
Pants was great and not great at the same time.
So, Daddy Doge, what is your final thought or shout out for the week?
Join crews that hit us up to learn more of the standard thing. We're awesome. And Cinetica is sugar daddy, and someone tell Docs it's cold.
Frankie, you've been quiet, but any final thoughts if you're still there?
I'm still here. I'm in a hospital right now, so that's why I've been quiet.
Oh,
the whole
okay,
time.
that's fine. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, with me, yes. With my family, not so much, but that's why I've been so silent. Sorry about that, but yeah.
You're fine.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. Cinetica, any final thoughts or shout outs?
I just love you all, guys. Thank you for inviting me. I hope I'll be back to Eve in some point on my life, I think.
Just come fly a fleet with me, man. Let's go.
You better be back, Cinetica, because we miss your sister.
I know.
Dirk, any final thoughts for the evening?
I'm with Ghost. CCP have got to get themselves a wake up call somewhere along the line and really start bringing the game back to a healthier stage where people actually want to be logging in and doing things. Other than that, I just want to say, Frankie, I hope your family gets better soon. Really, really sorry to hear that you're stuck in a hospital.
Yeah, it was bad timing, that's all. I mean, I tried to listen to you guys, to what you said, but I was pretty much the entire time at my phone and talking to my family, so sorry about that.
You are fine. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
And
focus
then-
on that, dude. Absolutely.
Greg, any final thoughts before we go?
Yeah, conspicuous by his absence tonight was Mifune Sword God, who is the co-host of the show, and he's actually working on something. He'll be back. He's working on something really, really friggin' cool for the show. So keep an eye out and see what he is cooking up for us. Other than that, just also keep an eye out for the first annual Theta Thursday Talent Show Extravaganza, which is coming up in the next couple of weeks. Still working on the details of that.
You've been working on that for 6 months.
Look, dude, it's going to be that good.
Perfection.
That's right.
We only go for perfection.
Other than that, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning on winning the Stanley Cup too. That was last night.
Oh, nice. I know you guys have been bringing that up for the past few weeks / months. And then thank you so much for all of our guests for coming. My final thought is everybody love your beavers. They're very cute. Don't blow up their dams unless it's an actual hazard. And I look forward to seeing everybody next week. And reminder, I'm first telling you guys, I'm going to be in Alaska for the last 2 weeks of the month. I don't know if we're going to have a show, but I won't be able to stop whatever they do. So I hope I have a show after I come back.
Somebody tell Life Shifter.
I really hope I have a show when I come back.
Oh yeah, don't worry, Don. We got some stuff planned. I plan to do an episode entirely on piercings.
Okay, great.
I'm kidding.
I have a guy for that, actually.
Yeah, I know a couple of people too. Anyways, if you guys are looking for something to do now that we're done, this guy named Merkelchin's got a stream, and I'll put a link to it because I can't do the raid command thing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't think you have the access for it. It's the
and anybody who's watching the Rampaging stream, is Brisk on that?
I think so.
Because we can just get Brisk to raid after you're done, if he's around.
Oh, all right. I'll send him can you send him a message?
Yeah, we'll see if he pays attention.
Don't send him a ping. That's fine.
Yeah. So, what else did we have too? We had some final thoughts.
No, that was it. So we just gotta wait for Brisk to come over here and raid us.
Football's coming home on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah. What's the schedule like for the soccer / football?
It's 8 p.m. I think kickoff UK time. So it'll be England.
It's a 1900 UTC kickoff for anybody who wants to follow along in Eve time, and it should be a good match. We're playing Italy, right? England, Italy.
Yes. All right, Brisk is ready to raid us over. So have fun with Merc. He's probably half drunk by now, and they're having a good time over there.
It's a fun stream. Make sure you stay and watch. They talk about a whole bunch of funny stuff. Anyways, thanks very much for joining us, guys. Bye now.
Thanks for having us, guys.